Hey guys, it's Kristi again. Welcome back to my channel. Today I filmed for you a springy, glowy, soft, beautiful, corally. Do you like my descriptions? Springy, beautiful, corally, beautiful makeup tutorial. Love it. Very, very appropriate for spring. I hope you guys like it. Stick with me. This is a full face makeup tutorial and no makeup face commence. Oh! Not my best look, but we're about to cover it in a shitload of foundation, so I hope you guys enjoy. This next product that I'm going to be using on my lips, this is how I start. I use with the Lip Therapy Rose and Almond Oil Vaseline Rosy Lips. This smells amazing. It smells like almond and rose. I mean, literally, it smells like those two things mixed together, which is an amazing scent. It's a great lip balm, my favorite of all time. Thanks, Lisa, for sending it to me. This is the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation in the color 810 Classic Ivory. And I'm applying it with a damp beauty blender. The reason I'm showing you is that you want it to be nice and bouncy. I used 4 pumps of this foundation. That's kind of a lot. I felt like it was a lot on my face. I don't know. I mean, it didn't feel heavy at all, but as you can see, there's a ton of foundation. But I make sure to blend it on my face. I bounce it into my skin so that I'm pressing it into the skin instead of sort of wiping it on your face. A lot of people like use their fingers and you wipe, but this is going to give you the most flawless look to it. With my dark under eye circles, I just look so great right now. Just bounce. I mean, like, honestly, I look like Leatherface. Yep, Leatherface. Okay, Leatherface is gone because I have blended it in really well. Next, I'm taking the MAC Prolongwear Concealer in NC15. This is my holy grail concealer. You guys will like it too. You're only gonna need 1 pump of this. Shit, you could use half a pump if you could half pump it out. It pumps out a lot. But it's so full coverage that it's gonna cover anything, so just use sparingly. I kind of put it in a V pattern on my face so that it is kind of, I'm blending it down. It's not all concentrated under my eyes, and it kind of brings some more light to that section of my face anyway. But I just sort of apply a little bit to my nose as well, and to my chin and my forehead, kind of up in the middle. Those are the sections that I kind of want to pop out on my face. The lighter the section is, the more it's going to stick out. The darker, the more it's going to sink in. I'm sure most of you know that by now, but if you didn't, you just learned something. Oh. So anyway, I'm just going to use the tapered side of my beauty blender, and I'm going to blend that all over my eyes, under my eyes, all over, and just kind of just blur it out. This is formulated to be used on your eyelids so that it won't cause creasing and is a base for your eyeshadow. That's really nice. So that's kind of like a 2-in-1 product. So it is worth the money. I only think it's like $20 anyway. It's not that much. It's definitely more than drugstore, but you get what you pay for. You guys will love the MAC Prolongwear Concealer. I promise you. So just continue blending it on your face. You want your skin to be a perfect base that's very flawless for this look. And I think it's sort of achieved that. I don't set my face with a powder because I like a dewier skin. This is more of a peachy orange shade, and I'm going to apply it with a flat, stiff, not stiff, it's not that stiff of a shader brush, a flat shader brush to the crease and a little bit above the crease on my eyelid. I am just using this to be sort of a transitional shade. It seems a little too dark to be a transition shade, but I promise you when you smoke it out, it won't look like that at all. Because we're going to blend it so much that it will blend in with your skin and look like a really nice gradient effect. It seems a little orange and like, ew, why would you put orange on your eyelids? But it looks more peachy and summery once it's done. I think you saw the intro to this video, so you can see that. But blend it. This is the most important step, you guys. This is the most, if you don't learn anything else, learn to blend your eyeshadow. This is the Sigma E40 blending brush, and I am blending so much that I honestly have to cut out like 40 seconds of blending. Windshield wiper motions, back and forth, circular motions, just blend it, and you are just blending the shit out of it. Do you see that? How it's becoming like a gradient effect. You can't see where my skin ends and the color begins, and that's what you want. You want it to be so naturally blended that it's seamless. See? Look. Blendy. Blendy, blendy, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Oh yeah. Perfect. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Now I take sort of this warm toned reddish brown. You don't have to use your Coastal Scents palette. That's what I'm using because I don't have anything else at the moment. But I'm taking it on the same brush and I'm putting it just more in my crease rather than up on my brow bone and in my crease. I didn't want it to be so smoked out because we're kind of blending the two colors together to be a gradient, darker, I wouldn't call this a smoky eye by any means, but it just kind of gives you that like gradient sunset effect to your eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take the Sigma brush and blend this again. I'm blending the two colors together at this point. Like I said, blendy, blendy, blendy. This is a long clip of me blending because I want to instill it into your brains. Blend, blend. You guys will not regret it. This changes everything. If you've ever looked at your eyeshadow and been like, why does it look shitty? Why does my eyeshadow look bad? It's because you're not blending enough. Blend for a minute. If it takes a full minute, that's a long time to blend, but do it. Use a fluffy brush. That makes all the difference in the world. If you're using too small of a brush, it won't get that kind of blown out, soft gradient effect. It'll look a little bit more harsh. So get yourself a nice big fluffy brush. I think this costs like 10 bucks. It's really not that bad. And that will change the entire look of all of your eyeshadows if you just learn that one technique. This is a pencil brush that came with my Coastal Scents brush set, and I'm not a huge fan of it because it's a little too big, but I'm taking that first peachy lighter color and I'm just sort of dragging it on my under eye and blending it through. I changed brushes here because I didn't like that pencil brush, but just same thing, blend it under the eyes and get it to be kind of that smoked out effect. This is a shimmery peach color. It looks orange on camera, but it's not orange. Hardly at all. It's more of a peach color, and I'm taking that on my ring finger and I am just patting it on the inner portion to the center. It's kind of like that first half of my eyelid. I don't want to take it on the outer portion because that's where we did the darker color and it wouldn't make sense to put a lighter color over top of that, but you're just sort of opening up and brightening up the inner portion of the eye, and this makes a huge difference. The reason you pat it is if you wipe it, you're not going to get as much pigmentation and it's not going to come off as shimmery. If you kind of like wipe it over the eye, especially even with a brush, you're going to get so much fallout. This sort of reduces fallout as well. And then I'm just taking the Sigma E40 brush and just sort of blending it a tiny bit just to take away any little lines that were there. This is the Maybelline Gel Eyeliner in the color Blackest Black. If you guys want a full in-depth perfect winged eyeliner tutorial, I do have that up on my channel. I will link it in the description of this video because I don't go that in-depth in this video, but I'm just doing a winged eyeliner, sort of do the outline and fill it in. Like I said, you can watch that video. It's way more in-depth. It explains everything that you need to know. And yeah, just doing that to both eyes. I feel like a wing really makes this look, it takes away the bald eye-ness of it. I don't know if you guys know what I mean. Do you know what I mean by bald eyes? It's just not a flattering look, but it kind of takes that away. So I am just lining my upper waterline or my tight line and my lower waterline. I know people have said before not to use a gel eyeliner while doing this, but I don't like kohl pencils. I think that they're too smudgy, they don't look good, and they melt down my face throughout the day, and that is not something that I want with this at all. I want it to look fresh face and I want it to stay freaking put, and this gel eyeliner does, especially in the waterline, in my opinion. This is the Maybelline Rocket Volume Express Mascara in Blackest Black. This is my holy grail mascara. I'm sure you guys know this by now. I've tried a lot of other mascaras and none compare. I think this one's the best, and it does the best job of, it's got the best formula, it's got the best brush, it's just a good all-around mascara, and I really like it, and I think you guys will too. So just, I use a blinking, I blink apply mascara. I don't know if you guys do that as well, but I totally blink apply. Can you see I got it on my face, right behind that brush? Yeah, it's all over my face. It was good times. I literally screamed when I did that. Pisses me off, but it's gone now. So, yep, just apply your mascara and you're good to go. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. This is the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate. This is just a sample that I picked up at Nordstrom's. It doesn't come in a little pot like this normally. But all I'm doing is I'm applying this with an angled brush that I got from Coastal Scents, and I'm applying it on the outer tail of my eye. I didn't want to apply this on the inner portion of my eye because it gives me too strong of a brow. It doesn't look natural. I mean, this brow doesn't look natural by any means. It's freaking drawn on. I mean, you can clearly tell that it's drawn on, but it doesn't look Burton Ernie. It also doesn't look like I drew it on with Sharpie, and that's what I don't want. It's coming off a little bit red in this video. I promise you it's not red in person, like at all. I don't know why it's coming off that way. It is a chocolatey brown color, I guess, but it's not red, so don't stress about that. So I'm just applying this to the tail end of my brow with an angled brush, and I'm just trying to get it as precise as I want it, and I'm using smaller strokes so that it kind of mimics the natural shape of hair, like these little small strokes. And then on the inner portion of my eyebrow, I am going to use a blonde color from the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade, and I'm going to just sort of do a gradient effect with that because I want, there's the blonde color, I want it to look, I guess natural is not really the word because these brows are not natural by any means, but more natural than drawn on. You guys get what I'm saying? I could stop talking right now, just shut my big mouth, and you could just watch the tutorial. I think you could pretty much get what I'm doing without me talking, because I never stop talking. Anyway, short, small, feathery strokes. Use a light hand. I mean, seriously, use a light hand for this inner color because it's going to give you the best gradient. If you're like blobbing it on, use not very much product either. It doesn't take very much, just a tiny little bit to give you that look. And I love it. I love the gradient effect way more than I like just the straight one color all over the brows, which is what I was doing before. It's such a more flattering look. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but definitely give it a shot. I mean, these products are amazing. I really like the Dip Brow Pomade. If you guys were wondering if I like it, I super duper like it. And there's my brows. I really like the way they look. They look much better in my opinion. This is the Benefit Hoola Bronzer, and I'm going to use the little brush that comes with it. I'm going to use this to contour my face, especially for this time of year. I like the color of this. I do think that I would like a cooler toned contour for different times of the year, but for spring and summer, this bronze is kind of nice. And you can see I'm just putting it in the hollows of my cheeks where my cheekbone kind of hollows in underneath that. I have a very round face shape. It's just the shape that I was born with. I've got a round face. So it doesn't naturally look sculpted unless I help it look that way. So I am using this to really sculpt out my cheekbones. I put it up on my forehead, sort of temple area as well, because it sort of brings down the forehead and just makes it look a little bit smaller. I also put it on my lower jawline because it, I don't know, it just makes it look more sunken in because I've kind of got a double chin going on because I'm a little bit overweight. So it is what it is. I'm not upset about it, but look, before, after, big difference, like a huge difference. I mean, I think you guys can tell it really makes a difference. So don't go overboard on your contour. I mean, you could do whatever you want. It's your face. Put whatever makeup on it that you feel looks good. Honestly, who cares what anybody else says? But this is kind of how I do it. I like the Benefit Hoola Bronzer. I think it's really pretty. And the color of the bronzer goes really well with this peachy eye that I did. So I'm enjoying that. And I also bring the bronzer down on the sides of my neck. As you can see, not in the center, but I bring it down on the sides because I feel like it almost elongates my neck, which is also very short. Short neck, round face. It is what it is. But man, look at the difference. This is a Clinique Cheek Pop Blush. Love it. Go get them. You will love them too. They're not so pigmented that you're going to have hot orange cheeks or bright pink cheeks. They're very, very soft. It's hard to explain them. As you can see, like I just wiped it and see, it's not, it leaves a wash of color, but it's the perfect color that blush should be. It doesn't overpower. It almost applies like a cream blush. It doesn't though. It's not patchy. It's so beautiful. And just like my eyes, this is a xoxo Sense brush. I like this because it's a little bit smaller. Try using a smaller brush with the blush. This is very like floppy brush. I don't know if you know what I mean by that, but it gives and it's very easy to blend blush out with. You see how it's not too muddy looking and like chunky in places of my face? I have that problem when I use too big of a blush brush. But I really like this and really blend really well with your blush as well, just like your eyeshadow. This is the Nars Illuminator in the color Copacabana, and I'm just using this to highlight my upper cheekbones because, you know, you want those to look glistening and shimmery. And I'm using just a little bit of it because I don't want it to be overpowering. I just want it to be a helpful hint of glow rather than a disco ball face. I don't want to be disco ball face. I don't think anybody does. But you know what? Who cares? Who cares? If you like it, load it on. If you don't do that step. You know, to each his own. To each her own. This is our face. We can do what we want with it. And I'm using my ring finger because it's the most weak finger on your hand and it's going to cause less wrinkles. And girls, we don't want to be wrinkly. I mean, unless you do. If you want to be wrinkly, then pull your face all you want. But I'm good. I like looking young while I'm young. I don't really care about it now as much, but when I'm 50, I bet you I'll be beating myself up if I didn't do it. The next product that I'm going to use, this is the Maybelline Elixirs, and this is the color Mandarin Rupture. I think that's what it's called. Frickin' gorgeous. Oh my god, you guys don't understand how good these lip glosses are until you try them. Go get them. Go get every color. They are the best lip glosses. I am not endorsed by Maybelline. I wish I was, but I'm not. They're creamy. They smell amazing. The pigmentation is incredible. They're beautiful. I love the doe foot applicator. Everything about them is a winner. I've got like 8 colors. And that's the finished look, you guys. I hope you guys like it. I do. You can see that. I got foundation in my hair. Real sexy. But yeah, that's my finished spring, summery, glowing, goldeny peach. I suck at describing things, you guys. I suck so hard at life. But I really like it. I think it's really flattering, really pretty, and I think it could suit a lot of different skin tones. I am pasty pale, yellow-toned white, but I think this would look good on anyone. Darker skin, kind of caramely skin. You can change the colors up, darken it up a bit, lighten it up a bit to whatever floats your boat. But that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more videos from me, subscribe. If you don't, well then don't. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.